Barbara George Johnson, congratulations on being a top 25.
Thank you.
We are so excited to have you in this class this year.
I'm excited to be here.
I have gotten to know you a little bit, and what I love a lot about you, but I love sort of this, you've pivoted throughout your life, and I want you to talk to us about, some of the challenges of being an entrepreneur that pivoted into a different role in an executive role, and your favorite parts of both worlds.
Wow. So, it's funny when people say I pivoted, because for me, I've always been a healthcare enthusiast. And so my background is healthcare. I was a pre-med student when I started this journey. Ended up doing public health. And that really, I think, was my training to just jump on opportunities, be able to pivot when things happen, because public health really teaches you to be an investigator and to listen and to pull back and do a lot of observation. And so to put on your discernment about people, things, and places, which gets you to use those skill sets in other ways and in other areas. So when I left my lobbying firm and started my own consulting business, which was Gov Connections, it was fun. I was working with the Women's Fund. I had a couple of clients. I was exploring the possibility of working with the Urban Mayors Association, which sort of led me to where I am now. But then 2008 hit, right? And I thought, this is getting really dangerous to be out here as a consultant with small children. My husband also has his own business. And so it was time to think about what I wanted to do. And again, in using my ability to sort of investigate and ask questions, and using my network, just talking to people about, what could be the possibility. I made the connection with sort of the work that I was doing in my consulting business, and particularly with mayors, to connecting with Thomas Edison State University. And it was just a nice opportunity. It just kind of came together. It was a wonderful merge. So.
Well, you are representing them well, and the state of New Jersey. You're doing such great work. I want to know what lifts you up, because you're such a positive, spirited person. So what's your mantra?
So I have a grandma who is no longer with us physically, but with me every day in spirit. And she always said to me on my way out the door, "The Spirit of the Lord go before you, making your way safe and successful." To that, I add intention. I say, the Spirit of the Lord goes before me, making my way safe, successful, and intentional. So that's, that is my thing. I'm not always peppy on a Monday morning, but I really believe that if you are mindful, which is sort of the mantra and the buzz phrase right now, but it's really intention. If you are mindful and intentional about finding those good things, or saying that my path and my fate is kind of there. I just have to make sure that I'm not missing it. And I have moments where I've missed it. So I always talk to folks about the moments that I've missed because I wasn't mindful and intentional about the space that I was in.
Right.
But that is really what I try to live by.
I love that mantra. I think I'm going to use it if you don't mind.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So talk to me about why you think now is an important time for women.
So I think that we have always been present. So I kind of hate that now is an important time, because I feel like women have always led the way. We've always been leading, whether it was the charge for voting, the charge for choice, the charge for fair wages, the Me Too movement, whatever it was historically. As an African-American woman, women through the period of enslavement in this country have led the way through becoming free, right? So I think that there's always been a woman, whether she was behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, and unfortunately a lot of times behind the scenes. We've always been leading, and I think now with all of the technology, all of the ability to speak our minds and have our voice and not lose that, makes it even more an opportunity for us to be out in the forefront.
Absolutely. So many remarkable women throughout history have gone unnoticed, and it's our obligation and responsibility, or at least our organization's responsibility, to change that, because I think it will inspire more women to have a voice, just like you say.
Absolutely.
So, last question, how do you think we can all be a force for change?
I think we can be a force for change by supporting each other. Women have to learn to be our biggest cheerleaders, and that's not just a mantra or saying, it's a reality. We have to respect each other when we come in the room. We have to make sure that we have the right information. We have to be mentors. to each other. You know, I read a book, I think it was Carol Harris, I might be getting her name wrong, that said you need a mentor and a sponsor. So I think we have to always be each other's sponsors and mentors throughout our lives, from the cradle to the grave, as they say. We can be supportive of each other in business, in our personal lives, and if we have that network, if we create that network, then there's no height that we can't reach.
Well, you are certainly a mentor and a sponsor of mine, and we appreciate all of your support and vision that you've given this organization, and we can't wait to celebrate you on October 21st. It's well deserved, and we're so thrilled to have you in the class.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be in the class.
Thank
you.